I thought the divorce would be simple, until my lawyer quietly slid a document across the table and said, "Your husband didn't just hide money, he tried to erase it." For months, my husband had acted calm and confident. Too confident. During mediation, he kept repeating the same line to everyone in the room. "There's nothing left to divide. No savings. No investments. No hidden accounts. Just a nearly empty joint account and a small retirement fund." According to him, our 15 years of marriage had somehow produced almost nothing. But something about his behavior never felt right. He wasn't worried. He wasn't nervous. If anything, he looked relieved. And that was the moment my lawyer leaned closer and whispered something that changed everything. "Let's take a deeper look." At first, I tried to convince myself I was imagining things. Divorce is stressful. People change when money is involved. But the numbers simply didn't make sense. For years, my husband handled most of our finances. He paid the bills, managed the savings, filed the taxes. I trusted him completely. Whenever I asked about our savings, he would smile casually and say, "Don't worry. Everything's under control." But when the divorce started, that control suddenly vanished. Our accounts looked empty. Large withdrawals had been made months before I filed. Transfers. Unknown payments. Accounts closed. It was as if someone had slowly drained everything before the divorce even began. When I showed the statements to my lawyer, she studied them silently. Then she looked up and said one sentence that made my stomach drop. "Your husband planned this." That's when the real investigation started. My lawyer requested financial disclosures, tax records, and transaction histories. At first, my husband cooperated. He submitted neat, organized documents showing exactly what he had already claimed. Very little money. Case closed. Or at least, that's what he expected. But my lawyer had handled hundreds of divorce cases. And she knew one simple truth. People who hide money always leave a trail. A few days later, she called me into her office. She had printed bank statements spread across her desk like puzzle pieces. One transfer caught her attention. A payment that looked small, almost meaningless. But it was repeated again. And again. And again. Each transfer went to the same place. An account that didn't appear anywhere in his official financial disclosures. My lawyer circled the account number and leaned back in her chair. "I think we just found it." The discovery changed everything. Using legal requests, my lawyer obtained records connected to that account. And the truth slowly came into focus. For almost 2 years before our divorce, my husband had been moving money quietly. Small amounts at a time. Transfers that were just small enough not to raise suspicion. But when added together, the total was staggering. He hadn't lost the money. He hadn't spent it. He had hidden it. A secret account under a financial institution he never mentioned in court. When my lawyer calculated the total balance, she looked at me and said, "He thought he was being clever." But the real shock came next. The account wasn't empty. It was still active. And the balance was still there. The day of the hearing, my husband looked completely relaxed. He sat beside his attorney with the same confident expression he'd had since the beginning. Like the outcome was already decided. His lawyer argued that there were no additional assets to divide. The financial records, according to them, proved everything. My lawyer listened quietly. She didn't interrupt. She didn't react. She simply waited. Then the judge asked if either side had additional evidence. My lawyer stood slowly. "Your Honor, we recently discovered a financial account that was not disclosed in the respondent's filings." The courtroom went silent. My husband's confident smile faded instantly. Because he knew exactly what account she was talking about. My lawyer walked to the front and handed the judge a stack of documents. Bank statements. Transfer histories. Account ownership records. Every single transaction leading to the secret account. She explained how the money had been moved slowly over time. Carefully hidden months before the divorce. Then she revealed the final number. The full amount he had tried to hide. The judge looked down at the documents, then directly at my husband. "Is this account yours?" For a moment, he didn't answer. His attorney leaned toward him, whispering urgently. But the evidence was already sitting in front of the entire courtroom. Finally, he spoke quietly. "Yes." And just like that, the truth was out. The judge did not take the deception lightly. Not only had my husband hidden marital assets, he had also failed to disclose them under oath. The ruling was immediate. The secret account was officially recognized as marital property. But that wasn't all. Because of the attempted concealment, the court awarded me a significantly larger share of the assets. In other words, the money he tried so hard to hide ended up costing him far more than if he had just been honest. As we walked out of the courtroom, my lawyer smiled and said something I'll never forget. Secrets rarely stay hidden in court. And in the end, the truth didn't just come out. Justice did too. Thank you for being here. If this story touched you, you can gently tap like and subscribe.